Imagine, if you will, the grandeur of the Aztec and Inca empires in their prime. These civilizations were bastions of strength and prosperity, their influence stretching across vast territories. The Aztecs, with their capital, Tenochtitlan, an engineering marvel, boasted an intricate network of canals and causeways, while the Inca Empire, nestled in the Andean peaks, was home to the awe-inspiring city of Machu Picchu. Both empires had complex social, political, and economic systems that governed their societies. The Aztecs, known for their impressive agricultural practices and vast trade networks, were a hub of cultural and economic activity. Meanwhile, the Inca Empire, with its sophisticated road system and efficient administrative structure, demonstrated a level of organization that rivaled many contemporary societies. These empires, rich in culture and advanced in numerous ways, thrived in their respective domains. But then everything changed with the arrival of strangers from across the sea. In the late 15th and early 16th centuries, European explorers set foot on American soil, completely unaware of the catastrophic chain of events they were about to set in motion. Among these adventurers were the Spanish conquistadors, Hernán Cortés, and Francisco Pizarro. Armed with ambition and a lust for gold, they embarked on conquests that changed the course of history. The mighty Aztec Empire, led by Montezuma II, initially mistook Cortés and his men for gods, a tragic misunderstanding that paved the way for their downfall. Similarly, the Incas, under the rule of Atahualpa, were taken by surprise by Pizarro's audacity and military tactics. Yet, these powerful empires, with their vast armies and advanced civilizations, were not toppled by Spanish steel alone. The initial shock of the Europeans' arrival, their superior weaponry, and their ruthless strategies, played a part, yes. But the deadliest weapon the Europeans brought with them wasn't steel or gunpowder, but something far more insidious. Without even knowing it, the Europeans carried with them a silent, invisible killer: disease. A trio of unseen assailants, smallpox, measles, and influenza, spread like wildfire among the Aztec and Inca populations. Their effect was catastrophic and swift. These diseases were what we call virgin soil epidemics. This term describes a situation where a population is exposed to a new disease for the first time, possessing no immunity to combat it. The indigenous people of the Americas had no such defenses against these foreign diseases, having never encountered them before. Their immune systems, so adept at handling the pathogens they had co-evolved with, were ill-prepared for these new threats. Smallpox, measles, and influenza ripped through the Aztec and Inca populations, leaving devastation in their wake. The death toll was astronomical, with some estimates suggesting that up to 90% of the indigenous population succumbed to these diseases. This was not a silent, gradual descent into oblivion, it was a swift and brutal decimation that sowed chaos and panic. Society was thrown into turmoil. With so many dead or incapacitated, the once thriving civilizations struggled to maintain order, let alone resist the Europeans. Trade networks collapsed, agriculture faltered, and political structures crumbled. In a few short years, these once mighty empires were brought to their knees not by swords or cannons but by invisible invaders. With their societies in disarray and their populations decimated, the Aztecs and Incas were unable to resist the European onslaught. The fall of the Aztec and Inca empires to the Spanish marked a profound shift in the course of history. The once mighty empires, rich in culture, knowledge, and tradition, crumbled under the weight of foreign diseases, dramatically changing the landscape of the Americas forever. In the wake of the devastation, the Spanish conquerors seized control, exploiting the resources and labor of the indigenous populations. The profound impact of these events rippled through generations, shaping the trajectory of these civilizations and leaving a lasting imprint on the indigenous cultures. Over time, the indigenous populations adapted and evolved, but the shadow of their past remains. The loss of life, knowledge, and culture was staggering, and the scars of this historical trauma are still evident today. Yet despite the hardships, these cultures have shown remarkable resilience, preserving their traditions and passing them down through generations. In the modern world, the legacy of these events serves as a stark reminder of the power of disease and the unintended consequences of exploration. It underscores the importance of understanding and respecting the delicate balance of our interconnected world. Thus ends a tale of mighty empires, brave explorers, and invisible killers, a stark reminder of the power of disease and the unintended consequences of exploration.